Okay, this is Doug the Football Guy for Week 2 of the NFL. Got my picks here for you. My record last week was 6-9, not so good, but it could have been worse. It was a tough week. A lot of people had trouble picking winners last week. Um, my survivor pool pick this week is the Bucks to beat the Bears. And okay, we'll start with the games. Week 2 can be tricky. Everybody looks at week 1 and thinks things are going to go the same way, and they usually don't. All right, for the first game, I like the Raiders plus 8.5 over the Bills. Raiders got a road win last week, so they're going to be feeling confident. And as long as they don't make mistakes, they can keep this game close, keep it within the TD. I think the Bills will win, but the Raiders will cover that spread. The Chiefs minus 2.5 over the Jaguars. Keep in mind the Chiefs had played a sloppy game that Thursday night, and a lot of passes were dropped. I don't see that happening again. I know everybody likes the Jags. Everybody's darling team, the Jags and the Lions this year. But I think the Chiefs take care of business on the road. Seahawks plus 5 over the Lions. If you look back in history, the Seahawks own the Lions. They beat them constantly, consistently, like 7 times, 8 times in a row. If they can get Walker going on the ground, it'll open up the play action for Geno to go downfield. That's the way I see this game going, and I think the Seahawks actually win it outright. Next game is the Titans plus 3 over the Chargers, taking the points there. Look for Derrick Henry to dominate the game and keep the Chargers off the field. He's catching the ball out of the outfield now, out of the backfield now also, so it's going to be a tough day for the Chargers defense. Next game is the Bengals minus 3 over the Ravens. The Ravens have a lot of injuries going on now, and for the Bengals, just toss out last week's game. It was miserably rainy, and the Browns were extra motivated to beat the Bengals that game. So the Bengals bounce back at home and win that game. Next, I'll take the Falcons minus 1 over the Packers. Falcons looked good last week at home, and I see that to continue, even though the Packers also did look good on the road. They were playing the Bears, and the Bears just aren't that good. Cordell Patterson didn't play last week. I was surprised by that. So he is playing this week, so there's just too many weapons, and the Packers are banged up. They got a lot of injuries, a lot of starters out. So I'm taking the Falcons minus 1. Next, we'll go the Buccaneers minus 2.5 over the Bears. The Bucs are an underrated team, actually, and Mayfield is a very capable quarterback. And as long as they get a lead and force Justin Fields to throw it, it's an easy win because Fields just cannot throw the ball. They're in trouble when the Bears are in trouble if they do not have a lead in the game. Next, I'll take the Texans at home over the Colts and pick them. Richardson got banged up late in the game last week. Very late in the game, he got banged up and taken out. So he's hurting. I don't think he's going to run the ball that much today, so he has to throw it. And the Texans defense is better than you think. C.J. Stroud will have the better day between the two rookie quarterbacks. Take the Cardinals plus 4.5 over the Giants. The Cards played tough on the road against the Commanders last week and almost won the game. They have beaten the Giants the last 4 times. They're not a great team, the Cardinals. They're not a good team, but the Giants need to prove something. But it's a divisional game. I'm sorry, not a divisional game, but it's going to be a close game. I think the Cardinals keep it. I think the Giants win, but the Cards keep it close enough to cover. This is a divisional game. The Rams over the Niners. I'll take the Rams plus the 7.5 points. It's just too many points to give to a divisional home team. The Rams look good, and I think they can keep that up. As long as Stafford has a big game. And the Rams, they need to get a couple turnovers. If they do that, they can hang with the Niners and keep it close and cover the spread. The Niners will probably win, but not cover. Next is the Jets plus 9.5 over the Cowboys. The reason I'm taking the points is the Jets defense. we'll keep him in the game. And as long as Wilson doesn't throw picks left and right, and they run the ball, I mean, if Brees Hall has a big game again, you never know. The Jets have beaten the Cowboys the last 3 times they played them, so this might be closer than you think. I'm taking the points. Okay, Denver -3 over the Commanders. Sam Howell did not look good if you watched the game. Yeah, he ran the touchdown in to get the winning score, but that was like the only good thing he did. I think he's going to implode here in Denver. And the Commanders line is tough. The D line is tough, but the Broncos will handle business finally. I think Sean Payton is not going to go 0-2 at home in his first year back coaching. Next game, Dolphins -2 over the Patriots. Tua is 4-0 against the Pats, and he's going to do it again. There's just too much firepower the Dolphins have. As long as they play some decent defense, they'll win the game. Saints -3 over the Panthers. The top corner, Horn, for the Panthers is out, and the Saints defense is good and will pick off the rookie Bryce Young a couple times, I believe. Look for a low-scoring game with the Saints winning and covering. And finally, we got the Steelers +3 over the Browns. The Steelers have an incredible primetime game record, especially on Monday nights. It's really an impressive primetime record. Tomlin owns the Browns in Pittsburgh. And look for the Browns to have a letdown game, as they were really, really fired up to beat the Bengals last week. So I think the Browns are going to have a little letdown, and the Steelers will win the game. If not, win it, they'll cover it. So that's my picks for week 2. Hopefully I'll do better than last week. But over the long haul, a winning record will be had by me. And again, my goal is to get 60% winners, and 65% would be very nice. That's my goals for the year. Okay, so that's it for week 2 picks. Enjoy your day watching the games. Thanks.